also?
Alright, so I'm recording ATM
No,
and
I
kind of
don't.
explain to y'all
Okay.
nibbles how it
Do you have
works.
any lights?
So I started with this city here. There was 6 tiles around it. This is just for the video, you guys can tell. There were 6 tiles around it. And I generated workers and stuff, and the
No, I don't
workers
have
worked
light.
the land, and the land gave
Alright,
me
then
some
do
gold. Like, I started off with like 10 gold. And then you get culture to get some social policies, which give you their own perks. And then if you finish the policy, you get some super dope stuff. And then science gets you research, and research unlocks new things. And then new things make you a good society. And then anyway, so I started here, and then I think I founded Susa next, and then I expanded. And the Iraqis were right here. I believe this was the Iraqi capital. I conquered them. All of this right here was Egypt. I conquered Egypt. I haven't conquered them. I feel like I conquered too many people. Over here was Genghis Khan. I'm leaving Sydney the way it is. Genghis Khan also went down here. This is the last country there. It's freaking Gandhi, India. So if I try to trade anything with him, he hates me. So if I want open borders, what do you want for this? He wants like a ton of crap. So he doesn't like me because I've been like killing everybody. I also left Belgrade. You can click on city states. You can give them gold, give them units, declare war on them, pledge to protect. Since we're allies, they give me military units. So I can give them more gold, and now I have a ton more influence over them. Yeah, these are my resources. So, and happiness. Happiness is controlled by, it really goes down as you try to expand and get more, as you try to found more cities. So, you always want to keep your happiness up. Anything above 0 is fine. So these are almost all of these red dots are some sort of military unit. So to produce a military unit, you click on this, well it'll be empty. You click on it, and then you click on something. Shh! I'm doing my tutorial video. Shush! And then you click on something. At first, you won't have all of this unlocked. You'll have some very basic stuff, and probably you'll make some workers or settlers at first, and they'll go and work the land and give you gold and give you other materials. And once you get other materials, you can get other stuff. Well, it won't be all this stuff, but you'll be able to make buildings. Let me go to a new town, so you can start making buildings, such as these things, and they all take a certain number of turns. So turns happens like you do everything you can, and then you click on next turn, and then it processes turns for all the city states. It'll process for the countries, and also for these things called barbarians. So barbarians, they are hostile against everybody, and they'll do everything they can to kill or cause problems. Let's see what the city state message is. Sydney requested you have successfully created a great engineer, and your influence over them has increased. Okay, these are unimportant. So when they have nothing to produce, they ask you what to produce. So you have 4 advisors. One of them is military. I'm a military advisor at the moment. Is recommending for you to make a workshop, and the workshop speeds the city's production. Stock exchange, what my economic advisor wants, and research is what my science advisor wants. There's also a foreign advisor who has a purple hexagon, but he isn't recommending anything at the moment. So I'll just, since I'm pretty late game, I really don't care what I'm making. But if you're in war, you'll make more military units. If you're going for culture, you'll make more cultural things, such as a broadcast tower. All this stuff is late game here. So these are all military units. And at the moment, I just upgraded that guy to a helicopter. At the moment, they're all in alert position. So upon seeing the enemy, whether they're barbarians or another city, state, or country that we're at war with, they'll wake up and prompt you for something to do. So we'll see if we can run into some barbarians at some point. There's not many barbarians, so pretty much conquer the entire map, but they'll be like, okay, what do you want me to do? Like for the submarine, for example, you can tell it to move a certain area, and then you can also click on range attack, and you can attack anything within this as a naval units. But let's go for something more basic, such as infantry, if I can find any. I don't really have any infantry at the moment. I can convert them all to mechanized infantry. But what you would do is, like, let's say over here was Mongolia, right? And there was some enemy infantry here. I would go and right click on the infantry, and it would go and attack them. So there's ranged units. Some units aren't ranged units. Anyway, like, see what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna put this guy on alert. It says the unit will wake upon seeing an enemy. And then if you're trying to take over another city like I did with Genghis Khan, you will click on whatever military unit you want to do, and then you will right click on the city itself you're attacking. And then the city will lose health over time, and then once the health gets to 0, you're able to conquer the city. But as soon as you conquer the city, you can either annex it or puppet it, and a couple other options that really aren't relevant. Annexing contributes more unhappiness, but then you have more control over that city. But if you puppet it, you get a lot less happiness, but you don't have as much control. But you can annex it anytime after that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to choose production, factory, military, whatever. And then I'll do next turn. And see what's going to happen. Alright, Sydney moved their military. They just kind of move it all the time, really doesn't matter. And these railroads connect our cities together. Let's see, loading. All this red area is all my empire. Processing turn for barbarians. Okay, Ray has grown. So a city grows when it has enough food. Alright, there seems to be a empty barbarian camp there, but I'm not really going to go after it. Okay, so a city... So there, I get 3.45 food every turn. And then you can see it says progress 0.15 out of 55. Once we get to 55 food, the city will expand and create a new citizen. Oh no, I'm sorry. As soon as we get enough culture, it will expand. But food, it will make new citizens, and the citizens will go work these tiles. Each tile has their own benefit. Like this tile brings more food. This tower brings food. This tower brings food and gold. This tower has production because it has oil in it. If we move towards the mainland, it's become a capital city. Like, oh my gosh, there's so much going on. So much production, food, gold. It's pretty intense. So, I'll tell the submarine to fortify. I'll tell this guy to stay alert. Okay, and you can right click to dismiss these things. Let's make a lighthouse. Let's make a. Let's just go next. And these workers are automatically doing the best improvements they can, but it doesn't always start that way. So Brussels sent me some sugar because we're allies. So, well, you won't usually get this many messages, but since I have so many cities, I do. So, all my cities are demanding gems, and I think in a round or two, I'll get some gems, and as soon as I get the gems, all these cities will be happy. So, the way that workers work, let me see if I can... Okay, stop the automation for this worker. So usually what I do with workers, I click on this arrow and do build improvements automated. So the worker will just go around and do whatever it can and improve things. So this is a fairly new city. All the workers from over here that were out of stuff to do, they all rushed over here to build improvements and make mines and make farms and make plantations. Sorry, Phil. And then this is also a new city, so I have a few workers over here. And he's also doing automatic stuff. I have these anti-aircraft, these tanks just stationed here just in case enemies come by. But since I pretty much conquered every city, state, and country, really won't be enemies coming by. But this really isn't the best way to... I mean, depends on what you want to do. If you want to conquer everything else, that tactic or strategy is called domination. But there are a lot of other strategies you can do. So this is an Indian ship over here, but we're not enemies. If we're enemies, I would attack it. Yeah. Whatever I was saying. Yeah, there's also other ways to win, such as diplomatically. You'll start at like 3000 BC or such. And then you also have things to research that there's usually a circle over here. But since I'm on the last one, this one just repeats itself over and over. So, as I said, they got all their gems. So, I kind of wish I didn't conquer everything, because then we could have more diplomatic things. We can go to wars and make peace treaties. But it is what it is when the first time playing. So that's pretty much it. So I have a worker here. I'll tell this worker to do automatic stuff. I have another worker do automatic stuff. I do believe I saw a settler here I was sending somewhere. Where do I want him to go? I will get the settler How long will it take him to make a settler? 13 turns, that's too much. Just make something. And I'll have this settler make their way over here. So since I have so many railroads and stuff, they make movement easier within the city. So, yeah. Let me see if I can get to... Oh, I'm right back.
Bolt action sniper.
I'm bald, I have a cigarette.
Branch, I'm back. Get out of my call. I'm making my tutorial.
Hold on. Give me the bag and tell me.
Alright, boys, I'm back. Back with another Minecraft mod tutorial. So, right now we're trying to get the settler to come over here, and I'll show you how to found a new city and what happens. And then that will be the end of this video. I started over here. You will travel along this railroad. Shiraz has grown. Alright, worker. Do stuff. Let me click on the settler. And then it's recommending me to make settlements here, but I want to go here. See? So we'll go along the railroad and have way more moves. Here, choose production. Medical lab. I really don't care, but usually you should read what each one does. You don't want to run out of food, because if you run out of food, your citizens start starving and they become unhappy. Just gotta think of all this stuff. So yeah, I conquered all these places, losing grasp on Bucharest. That's okay. Oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned, but you start around like 3000 BC, and then it goes like 40 years each turn, and then over time, each turn is less and less years. But yeah, like once I was nearing 2050, 2050 is when the game pretty much ends, you could say. Like the game looks and sees who has progressed the furthest, and the game chooses them as a winner. So like India could have won, but I progressed way further than they did. Again, the only way to win is not only through So a golden age, you get more gold, more movements, because everybody is happier. So, right, I'm gonna tell you to stay there. Oh, see, city of Darush Kabar start. So here, so making a windmill. So once that 49.8 goes down to 0, I will lose a citizen. So it looks like I will have to make a hospital. Okay. Here we have 9 more stuff, so those are, oh sure, I'm actually gonna want to make more of those. So I'll just have you research things. I will have you research things. I will have you make a museum. Really want to get these settlers over there so I can show you how to make a new city and how it looks. So you can see these bars move down over time. So right now I believe I'm allies with both of these, and then after allies you become friends, and after friends you become simply neutral. It's okay, you move. I'll get some marble from here, and then I'll get some uranium from here. Choose production. I actually don't want to make that. Let's make it. Here. Yes. Here. Next turn. So right now the settlers are underwater. They're making their way there. New unit from Belgrade. They gave me another. I believe that is artillery. Yes. And as soon as this number fills up, I'll be able to do another. I'll be able to perform another policy. Adopting no social policy. Guys, please move. Alright, I might be able to make a city right now. No, I have to wait one more turn. So choose production, broadcast hour. Choose production, broadcast hour. Choose production, fine, spaceship factory. Choose production, lighthouse. Choose production. Like, I believe you need the lighthouse in order to make the seaport, and the seaport enable trade to the other cities, so they all kind of stack on top of each other. Processing turn for city-states, processing turn for barbarians. And it's okay. And then let me found a new city, so I have this selected. Found new city. So that is how big my whole empire started. This is how big Perspopolis was. And then founded a new city, and then it grows by itself, but you can also buy tiles to grow faster if you have a lot of excess gold. So right now, I'm gonna have a ton of workers rush this way to get this, all these resources. So yeah, that's about it. And then a new city will take way longer to perform these things, but over time it will become pretty fast. So that's about it, guys.